In this fourth part of the pizza ordering tutorial, we are going to look at how we can use a drop-down list to add to a tally or ongoing list of choices. To do this, we are going to add a text area to our home screen. So I'm going to go into Design View here. I'm going to add a text. Well, I'm going to add a label first of all. And the label is going to be label extras, and it's going to say extras on this pizza. Then I'm going to add a text area, and I'm thinking here about the user interface, so I'm going to make this text area just about the same width and the remaining height of this area here. And I'm going to put on here with extra as the starting text. Now, what I want to be able to do is to choose some toppings. So I'm going to make a drop-down list. That drop-down list should have about maybe 130 wide, so that it can fit into this area here. I'm then going to put in choose your topping. Okay, now as we did with the drop-down flavor for the pizza, we are going to build this list behind the scenes. So I'm going to go into Code View. I'm going to come to Variables, and I'm going to scroll to the very top here. It's a good idea to keep the initialization of your variables at the top of your code so that it's always easy to find. I'm going to put another list on here, so I'm going to just drop it below this one. This one's going to be called topping list, and it's going to have onions and peppers and mushrooms, and I'm only going to put 3 on just now so that we can see how adding more later will affect the program. So I've created this topping list. At the start of the program, I want to then fill this drop down with these items. So you can see how we did this for the pizza flavors. We're going to do the same kind of thing here. I'm going to say set properties. So set property. What do I want to set the property of? I want to set the property of drop down toppings. Now, I think I forgot to actually change that. So let's go into Design View. It's just called drop down 3, so that's why we should always remember to name things as soon as we do them. Okay, back to our code. So we're going to set the property of drop down toppings. We're going to change the options, and we're going to change those options to, and we have to delete what's there, so grab that purple block, move it out of the way, and then go in here and type topping list. So the thing that we created for ourselves. Quick check to see everything's okay, and sure enough, it's got onions, it's got peppers, it's got mushrooms. Okay, so now that I've got that, I want to, when I change this, so here's a little trick that we'll need to have. We're going to add in one more option on here, and we really need to put it at the start of the list. So that's not letting us do that easily. So I'm going to click into Show Text, and I'm going to put choose your topping, maybe with some ellipsis, and then a comma, and then my onions. And I'm just going to delete that extra bit off the end there. So I need to have the square bracket, no comma on the end. Okay, so choose your toppings is what it starts with. And what we are doing is that in design view, choose your toppings is index 0. So that will be what gets chosen until you make a change. When we make a change, we want to add what we've chosen onto this list here. So back in events view, so choose this drop down, go into events and insert and show code. So when drop down toppings changes, so I must have made a choice if it's changed, what I then want to do is I want to take this text area here and I want to add more text into it. So I'm going to set the text of text area, again, I haven't named something here, so I'll just call it text area 3 just now, but I really needed to change that. So click on that and it should be called text area extras. Back in code view, text area extras. All right, I'm going to set that to, I'm going to set it to what it is just now. So I'm going to say get text of text area extras. But I want to add on whatever was chosen from this drop down. So I'm going to have to do a plus to join things together. And that's going to get a little bit awkward because it's got get text in the middle there. That's not what I was looking for. So I'm going to take my get text, I'm going to drop it in here, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to drop it back there. So it would have been a good idea to put the plus in before I actually used the get text bit. All right, what am I going to add on to it? I would like to add on a new line character so that it moves down a line, and I would like to add on whatever was chosen from the list. So I'm going to do my plus in here just now. In there, I'm going to put /n. And then in here, I'm going to put get text of whatever the user chose. So get text of drop down topping choice. Let's see how that's working. So if I click on run, I'm going to choose myself a pepperoni pizza. It doesn't seem to be doing anything there. I'm going to choose onions, peppers, nothing working. So I think I must have broken my code. Just pause while I check. Okay, what I had to do there was just to refresh my page, so using the reload button, and now it's working again. So if I click on run and I choose peppers, then you can see peppers is appearing in extras. And if I also then choose mushrooms, it goes on to the end. So I could have loads of extra mushrooms. And of course, I need to have a change between each one, otherwise it doesn't recognize. All right, so we're able to add extras. We might make a mistake like that, where we've now got 2 lots of peppers when we wanted 2 lots of mushrooms. So it'd be nice to have a little reset button here. So I'm going to go back to design view. I'm going to put a button on here. Maybe just to fill this space a bit. And this is going to be button reset toppings, or reset extras maybe. The text is going to be click to reset the extra toppings. Okay, and I need some code for that, so I'm going to go to Events and Insert and Show Code. Right down to the end here. When I click that, what do I want to do? Well, I want to set the text of the text area extras. And this is quite straightforward. I just want to put it back to what it was when it started. So that's with extra. And one last thing that I'm going to do here, although I will leave it as an exercise for you to sort this out with your own code. I'm also just in the user interface going to add here another button called button new toppings, and that button should say on it add more topping options. Just needs a bit of a stretch to fit the space available. The reset button, it's a bit of a danger. You might accidentally click on that, so it'd be a good idea to change its color and maybe make it a bit more of a be careful, danger, don't touch this unless you're sure what you're doing. Something like that. So we now have our ordering system. We are able to choose sizes and flavors of pizza. We're able to add more pizza choices. We can put extras onto it. However, if we run this and I choose to have a pepperoni and I put on extra onions and I put on extra mushrooms and I shout my pizza order, I would like a 10. Then it only asks for the 10-inch pepperoni. So what I also have to do is to put this onto what gets shouted. So I'm going to go back into code. I'm going to come up to the section where the choices are being made. So input pizza choice here. And what I need to do is to add onto what is being said. So I'm going to use a plus. Now, if I try to put a plus in here, it's going to go into the middle there. So a little trick that we've learned from previous, if you stick it in this function part, move that inside the orange plus box, and then drag the plus box down into this bit here, then I've now got space to add more information. For example, get text of text area extras. And obviously we want the same thing to happen for the female voice as well. So I'm just going to take that there, get text all the way to the end of get text. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to replace this bit here and just make sure I don't leave any extra brackets there. So now I run my code, I choose a 12-inch margarita. No, I want a 12-inch barbecue. I would like to have some extra onions on that. I shout my pizza order. And it's got a bit of a space because when it says that because of the new line gap there, but that's fine, it's not a big problem. If I click to reset the toppings and then shout my order again, and then it's going to say the with extra whether there's something there or not. So it would be helpful to put in some code that decides whether that with extra bit happens. And again, I'll leave that as an exercise. You're going to use if then else to decide whether to join the extras on. Only join it on if it doesn't just say with extra. Good luck and enjoy your AppLab coding.